Diego Lainez's future among the topics of conversation in Mexico at the moment. Of course, out of favor at Braga in Portugal, where he's on loan from Real Betis. The 22-year-old is looking for a landing spot, and it's clear it won't be his former team. Club America executive Santiago Banos has confirmed they won't be bringing Lainez back. Among the reasons, Baños pointed to high salary demands. Apparently, Lainez wants $2 million per season. Herc, are you cool with Santiago Banos speaking out about this failed transfer?
Yeah, I'm cool with it, but it's cowardly from Santiago Banos. It's self-preservation more than anything from Santiago Banos. It's $2 million net, okay? Non-taxed. Why is he disclosing this? He also, by the way, said that his agents, pair of them, the agency, had a conflict of interest during the negotiations because they were hesitant of bringing him to Club America because they also represent Alejandro Sendejas, and that's a direct competition to the spot where Diego Lainez plays. He also took a shot at Diego Lainez saying, how can he ask for $2 million net when he's played 13, 14% of the minutes available to him in the last few years? Shots fired, whatever you want, but he's absolutely right. Why would he say this? It could blow up in his face. I mean, these things are supposed to be kept in-house because the next guy, maybe a Memo Ochoa, who you botched said negotiations with, could turn around and say, oh, Santiago, shall we talk about our negotiations? And air out that dirty laundry, how you did him dirty. But this is self-preservation in the sense, could you imagine if Diego Lainez ends up at Tigres or Major League Soccer? The uproar from America fans and Mexican national team fans would be insane. And who would be on the hook? Santiago Banos. Why couldn't you get him to Club America? This is Santiago Banos saying, hey, this isn't on us. This isn't on me. This is the player. This is his camp. So while I'm cool with it, it is cowardly, and he's doing it as self-preservation.
I can understand why. Not cool with it, but I can understand why. Because Diego Lainez is a very popular player. And surely America fans are going to say, hey, why didn't we bring this guy back? So here he comes out and he says the why, right? This guy wants too much money. But when you read into the quotes, and you talked about some of them, there seems to be a lot more than meets the eye to the relationship between Santiago Banos, Diego Lainez, and his agents. He really, really criticizes the agents in his comments, and he says that the move to Real Betis was a tremendous mistake. In fact, Santiago Banos goes as far as to say that had Diego Lainez stayed with Club America, Tata Martino would have seen him every week, effectively saying that leaving Club America cost Diego Lainez his spot at the World Cup. At some point, and we're seeing this now with Raúl Jiménez, right? At the end of your European sojourn, you may end up going back to the club that gave you your start. So maybe it's not now, maybe it's down the road that Diego Lainez comes back. But that bridge is a little bit getting burned now. Who knows if Santiago Banos is still going to be there, Herc, when all that would come to pass at what I would hope is a very later point in Diego Lainez's career. But I think this is pretty ugly from a club that gave Lainez his start. Let's talk about this. What's next for Lainez? And most importantly, what do you think would be best for Diego Lainez at this critical juncture in his career?
Europe is so broad. He was at Braga, and it didn't work out. In Portugal, I don't know where you can go from Braga in Portugal, and it would be considered high level in Europe, and people.
Whoa. First of all, Braga's second in Portugal right now. They're going to be playing European football. It's a quality club.
Who's going to take him? Where do you want to see him? Off of Braga, off of Portugal. Where's he going to go? Belgium? And you'd be okay with that? Or would you say it's a waste for him? You'd be okay with
Anywhere in Europe. Anywhere in Europe.
Croatia.
Scandinavia. Eastern Europe, anywhere.
Come on, he won't.
Anywhere.
No, because he doesn't want to compromise his wallet. His agents, his family don't want to compromise how well off they are at the moment. So, unless you're at a big club, and Braga's not a big club, they're doing well. But unless you're at a big club who can take that salary demand, he's going to end up in MLS or Tigres. That's a reality. He will end up with the Houston Dynamo. He will end up with the LA Galaxy. He will end up with Tigres of Liga MX. That's a reality. And you know what the worst part is? If he goes to, say, Tigres, because that's the one team that's confirmed that would pay the 7 million euros that Betis is looking for, plus his salary demands. If he ends up there, he's not even a starter there. He's not going to start over Luis Quiñones.
Not even close, right?
Not even close.
Luis
No.
Quiñones, Javier Aquino, Nico Lopez, the World Cup winner, Thauvin.
Thauvin out now. He left today. But Gignac, Diente Lopez, which you mentioned, André Pierre Gignac. The line there is Nico Ibanez. It's ridiculous.
So if you're going to sit the bench in Liga MX, stay in Europe. Stay in Europe.
Where? He doesn't have a home at Betis.
Anywhere. Belgium. You don't think he could go to Holland? There was a lot of interest in Netherlands when he first left Club America. Remember
Nobody in
that.
Holland will touch him if he doesn't drastically reduce his salary demands. That's just a fact. Nobody.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN Plus.